everyone. Today is another episode of Elliot's adventure and life. Um, I was thinking about like what kind of like video I'm gonna make today, and I thought about like what happened to me because of this TikTok trend of like, oh, my December version and March version telling each other what happened, and I think it's like just 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 comical and chaotic in every way possible. So it kind of all started out the night before we traveled. I was out with a friend and I did not um, calculate my time correctly and did not pack everything that I was supposed to pack, and it left me kind of tired and exhausted and had to go home and then couldn't sleep at night, and it was just like a chaotic night. And then I woke up pretty tired and we were exchanging from one train to another, and in one of those trains I was listening to a podcast of the Struts and how they spend their Christmas, what they do, what they watch, and Luke Spiller said that he watches like he thinks that Die Hard is like a Christmas movie, and it was such a good moment for me because I was like, in my head I was so distracted, and that kind of stuck with me, and I was like, oh my god, I did watch it this year, so oh, it's so cute. And um, we we got to the station that we were supposed to like exchange trains in it, and um, we left in such a hurry that I didn't look back, and I forgot my bag on the seat, like hanged behind the seat, and which was really devastating, and I didn't realize it immediately. We went downstairs, we got coffee, and then we wanted to get pretzels, and I wanted to pay for them, but I did not find my bag, and I started panicking, like horribly panicking, and running to see if it was still there, to see if the train was still there, maybe something there's there. Nothing. There was nothing. I looked for the information, they were already closed. So I went to the Lost and Found website and registered and everything. And yeah, that was the last time I saw my bag. It's been 3 months now, so yeah. That bag had my ID, my journal, my keys, everything that kind of was like really important to me was in there. So that's how I lost my bag, and that's how I just had to. That's how I lost my bag. Then we got to the city of where our friends are celebrating New Year's, and I kind of put myself in this mentality of like, yes, I did this happened. Um, I have to suffer the consequences right now, but I can still enjoy my New Year's because I'm like drove all this way to just celebrate New Year's, and my bag is gonna still be missing either I'm happy or not. So I just decided to be happy and enjoy the time that I had in there. And then after 6 days we made our way back to our city, and then kind of the real work started where I had to focus on my school because my test was in March 7th, and um, I also kind of started a new job. I was cleaning people's home, and specifically one home, and when I was cleaning it, it just lasted for a month because she said that there's another person usually come every month, so I was just kind of filling the spot. And January ends with really stressful weeks of trying to recover from losing my bag and making the appointments, trying to issue a new ID, which is not easy in Germany at all. Um, and then February comes. I was dealing with like the paperwork of the job center because they needed like a contract, they needed like a receipt that I received money, and they needed like a lot of paperwork. Obviously I could not give them any of those paperwork because I was only working like short term, like for 1 month only, and you don't need a contract for that, you just need a receipt. But then when I had my appointment, another appointment to the job center, and I only gave him what I have, which is the receipt, he said that this is not enough, you need at least termination. So I was like just talking to the woman who gave me the job, and just like pickering and having like weird discussions, and it was just like an unpleasant experience. At the end of the month of January, she kind of like recommended me to this cafe. They needed help, and I was like, okay, you know what, let's get that job, let's do something. And that was like a big major first step for me, because I've never had a job, and it felt good to receive money for the hard work you've done, and it was really pleasing and satisfying. So I took the job as a kitchen help, and now I'm working there. So like that's the beginning of February, right? And then on February 14th, they, like the week before, my friend saw me in the train, and they said, oh, what are you doing this weekend on Valentine's? And I was like, oh, not much. And they were like, yeah, come with me, please, like I want to celebrate and stuff like that. And I was like, you know what, let's fucking do this, let's go. So I agreed to that, and then I also had like in the morning an appointment to issue my new ID, and in the afternoon I had school, and then later on, like 2 days before Friday, like my boss texted me, she was like, oh my god, it would be amazing if you could work on Friday, we really need you. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm there, and I did agree to that. So I was going from 9 a.m. to this appointment, and then had to go to school afterwards, and then had to go to work, like cut school short kind of, and then go to work from 3 p.m. supposedly to 8, but then I ended up working till 10, and that was really frustrating, because I was supposed to meet with my friend at like 8 or 9, and I was still at work around that time. Thankfully I had my makeup and everything ready since early in the day, so that was good, but it just took so much longer than anticipated that when I left I was really tired. But then I was like, you know what, I really deserve to celebrate, and I'm really tired. I just need a break. So I decided to go, changed my clothes, and left. And when I left, I hadn't eaten that well that day at all. So I got to the bar and I started drinking, having fun with some friends, and just vibing, I guess, until like I wasn't. I got really sick, and I got really sick, and then I was kind of unconscious at some point, and they called the ambulance, and they took me. I remember vaguely of these parts, but when I got to the hospital, I had like a really bad experience with one of the people who work there. Either he's a nurse or a doctor. He was really weird, and a bad experience in general. But at some point he did ask me, oh, where's your phone, I can't find it. And I was like, what, you can't find my phone? And I was like, there, not there really. And I was like, oh my god, maybe it's one of my friends, because one of them was using it for internet. So I was like, probably it's with them. I didn't want to panic immediately, so I just slept on it, I guess, and then woke up still in the hospital. And I had one of those moments where you wake up and then you're just like don't know where you are, and just so completely hungover. And I went to the reception door thingy, receptions, and I asked the nurses at the reception, and then I was like, which hospital are we in? Where am I right now? And they told me where I was, and I was like, the fuck, I did not know that. Okay, so I kind of was like drove a long way back home, and when I went home I was like texting all of my friends like, oh my god, where's my phone, guys, have you seen it? And they all didn't see it, they all didn't have it, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I went to the bar, looked everywhere, and couldn't find my iPhone. It's like phone not found, just not found, just simply as that. And I was like, okay, oh, I don't like this. So at that time I was like, okay, I have to, like, I have work, I have a lot of things, commitment, like, I have to have my phone with me. So I took Dante's old phone, and I started using it for a while, and then, like, I got some help to get a new phone, which is this one, a second-hand one. And oh my god, there's a bird. Look. That was nice. Yeah, so I had to like I had to have a phone to talk to everyone, to have contact with the world, basically. And didn't process anything about losing my phone. I was just at that point I was like, yep, this is happening to me. And the night before going to the night before February 14th, I saw TikTok, and it was like, some bad things are gonna happen to you, and like you just have to go through them, and it's like a part of the process, part of the change. And I was like, I'm not claiming this energy, please. I already had bad things happening to me. I do not need more and more thing bad to happen. So it did happen, and I was like, okay. And the thing is, like, these tarot readings that I see online, like, most of them are not like realistic, or like or I take what resonates with me and leave what doesn't, usually. And like, also one of those videos was like, oh, your February is gonna be like completely booked. You're gonna be so busy. Exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. I was so busy in February, it was insane. I had no time for friends, no time for anything. I was just like busy doing things, getting shit done, basically. And it really did help, like having, like, throughout those times I had this mentality of like, you know what, everything is coming my way, it's supposed to come my way. It's like Murphy's law. It's supposed to happen, it's gonna happen. And it's just how I come up with it, and how to have, like, how to just live with the reality you're put in right now, and how to change it for the better in a way that works for you. So I just was absorbing this mentality unconsciously, but also consciously, because, like, even when I was feeling sad or like depressed, like the first time when I broke down on my phone was when I couldn't find it in the bar, and I was like wearing my pajamas and looking like absolute shit, but I was just looking for my phone, and I started crying because it wasn't there, and I just cried the entire way home. And the same thing happened with my when I lost my bag. The entirety of the next train, I was completely gushing my feelings out. I was just crying non-stop, and it was just really sad. I was really sad about what, like, happened, and but somehow I felt contempt. Like, it felt like, yes, I've lost these things, but I still have myself. And as cliche as that sounds, it just felt like it was enough. And it is enough. It feels enough, like, to have yourself. Because I know what it feels like to lose yourself completely. And that's nothing could ever give you that feeling of contentment unless you're in tune with yourself. And I had to learn that the hard way. So I had everything, but I just felt like nothing. And I guess in a retrospective way, I did learn my lesson to appreciate the things that I have, which happened to me a lot. I did lose a lot of things, like, to the point where I felt like I don't care about the newly possessions that I have, because at some point I'm gonna lose them and it's just gonna give me heartache. So just I wouldn't grow that much of a detachment to inanimate objects as I used to. Which I think it's a good step, because your life could change in the span of one night, one moment. One moment could change your entire life. So I believe that things like that happen, and it had happened to me multiple times. So things can change, and it's like where you are as a person is what matters, not what is happening around you, because what is happening around you is always changing, and you just have to adjust to it or change in a way that makes you feel comfortable and content with your core self, your core authentic self. And even if you had to change things in your core self, you wouldn't be bothered, because it would be out of a feeling of so yeah, after losing my phone and losing my ID and bag, I was just tired of feeling sad and sorry for myself. I felt like this is happening and I have to accept it, and I have to make the best out of it. And even when I wanted to buy this phone, I was like, before that, the day, like before it, I was still deciding whether I buy a new phone or fix the screen of my old phone. And I had read this book before, like a few days ago or something, and it's like the opposite of fear is faith, and you have to have faith in something, that something will come if it's meant to be. So I had this thing, I was like, okay, you know what, if I'm meant to have this phone, the money will come, the exact amount of money will come to me, and I will not suffer because of it. But if it was not meant to be for me to have this new phone, and I was supposed to just fix my old screen back, that's what's gonna happen. So lo and behold, a day later, I literally got the exact amount for a new phone. And it was enlightening. It was really enlightening, and I felt like, wow, this is the power of thinking differently. Just not relying on the old beliefs and the things that you know to be true. Just do something differently. Just create a butterfly effect in your life. Not to make a difference in the world, just to make a difference in yours, because that's how it is. That's what should matters. That's what matters mostly, to make difference in your life. Because if that change didn't happen in your life, nothing will change. Nothing will change, because you see things the way you want to see them. You focus on the things that you want to focus on. And if you're always focusing on the same thing, then change is bound to happen, but maybe in a way that you will just miss it. You'll just miss the opportunity of seeing life in a different perspective. And I think that, in my opinion, that's the worst thing that I'm scared of, like, of happening to me, to miss that opportunity of life-changing moments, because I think they come to us a lot of the times, and we just choose the path that we want to create at some point. Sometimes we change it because we had one of those moments. And yeah, that's my philosophy about what happened to me. Now I finished my school. I took my test on March 7th, and it was really good. somehow I have been wanting to change my hair for a while now. So when Dante went to get his hair cut, the hairdresser was like, "Hey, yo, sit here," and I was like, "Okay, what? Why?" And then he started brushing my hair. He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do your hair, bleach, and I'm gonna change it entirely, but on my conditions, which is basically making videos of my hair, and I don't have a say which color would my hair be." So I was like, okay, you know what? I always am looking for change, and I want to experience something new in my hair and not have expectations, so let's go. And it was like the only thing that he said, obviously, he was like, oh yeah, we're just gonna go from black to blonde. That's like, he wants to make a dramatic change. And I was like, I want a dramatic change, thank you, sir. Yes, that's exactly what I need. So last week on Tuesday, he said we made the appointment, and I went there and he did my hair. I must say, when I first saw it, I was like, what is this? What is this? Like, I don't even know how I feel about this. Like, it's so professionally done, obviously, but like, the shade is not it. It felt like it was not it, and then I just had to sit with it, and I was like, okay, just sit with it. And then I kind of like hid in my face and saw just the hair, and I thought, like, if I saw this on someone else's, I would think that it's cool. I would just be like, oh, that's a nice shade. But when it was on me, it was like, it doesn't really fit me. I would change it. I would do something else, and I didn't like that. So I'm like right now forcing myself to like it. Not in a way of like, oh yeah, I have to have this shade, but it's just like, I want to give it like an actual chance, like put makeup on, do the things that when I do my hair I like to do to adjust to the shade that I have had now. And I'm kind of growing to like it. It's really different, and I can barely recognize myself when I look in the mirror, which honestly kind of needed, because I am changing and I want to look at myself and feel like I'm a changed person, you know, not just from the inside but also appearance wise. And if it be this shade of copper, then that's how it's gonna be for now. So yeah, I would say the general vibe of those months were completely hectic, and there was like a lot of predictions. And like, one of the wildest predictions, in my opinion, was that Dante in November or something, he said something like, in December I don't remember. And I thought that was such a cool saying. I was like, oh my god. And I made it one of my Instagram posts. You can see, like, it's like, in December I don't remember. And that is actually what happened to me. I did not remember to take my bag with me, which never happened before. I've never lost a bag. I've never forgotten a bag. So how did that happen? It's beyond me. So that was like one of the craziest predictions of this entire time. I think I'm still like in awe and shocked. But yeah, I think there's a lot of changes coming, and I'm just so excited to take you on this journey with me, because I don't know, I'm just being silly little Elliot facing the world with Dante. So yeah, I think this is today's vlog or video, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye bye.